Well, I'm pretty tied to the land here. I'm really a fourth generation farmer here. I was raised in this home where I live today. We moved here back in the late 50s, but we lived just a few miles away before that, and I myself lived just a couple miles from here most of my life. I taught school. I always farmed a little. Farming was in my blood. They've always fracked in these shallower, older fields just to try and get a little more of it out. And so they say, we've always been doing this, but this is new. They're going down 9,000 feet. They're going horizontally then another 3,000 to 5,000 feet. And then they're putting thousands and thousands of pounds of pressure down these holes, partly because it's so deep and the shale is much harder than some of the clay and sandy pockets they were in before at the shallower depths. So this is a new ball game, and they're stepping it up in this Monterey Shale. On many levels, they are taking out farmland to do this oil drilling, and I don't think that land will ever be used again as farmland once the oil's gone. They're spilling things on the ground. If the Monterey Shale really takes off, this bonanza of oil that we seem to have underneath us, if they are successful in getting 30% of that oil out of the ground, we've seen only the tip of the iceberg with about 75 wells drilled, in the last few years in this area. They're going to be on every quarter mile. They're going to have 6 wells. They're going to take out thousands of acres of farmland to put those wells in place. So I am worried about something like that happening, that oil will just push farming right out of here because it's more valuable. It's a very short-term value that you put on oil. I mean, if that oil is really there and we get it out of the ground, we're not going to have any water to farm anyway because of the CO2 emissions and climate change. I mean, it's a big circle that we're not looking at here. We have a serious air pollution problem here at the southern end of the San Joaquin Valley, and this oil business is actually increasing that air pollution. It's so energy intensive to drill these wells. 3 huge diesel generators are running day and night for 6 weeks to drill one of these mile deep, actually 2 mile deep wells. And that's an awful lot of NOx pollution adding to our ozone problem in the summer and our fine particulate problem in the winter.